Alrighty, welcome back to the video. This is going to be part 2 for whatever the title of the video is going to be. Nothing really super connected from the previous video, but still a good way to answer the question is, what would be the most effective, efficient way to start your service-based business? Doesn't matter remotely or online, right? As you see from the thumbnail, whatever that's going to be, right? If a person has a full-time 9 to 5, right? Easiest way to think about this is there is 24 hours a day, right? At the same time, there's 7 days a week. I'm not going to count to the months, all right? That's too much. I'm just going to be brutally honest with you, right? So 24 hours a day is 7 days a week. Now, 9 to 5 usually about 8 hours, right? Unless you do OT, whatever, right? Depends on your schedule, right? Most of the time, people get to 40 hours a week. Some might get to 50. Depends how business they're working for, business they are, required they are. Depends on salary, we do hourly, whatever, right? We can shoot for 60 hours, just like hypothetically speaking, right? You still have some time left, right? Now, just remember this video, there's no excuse, everything, just kind of go strictly onwards. And I'm not gonna make you a full plan or whatnot, just kind of give you an idea. You can figure it out yourself, because I think a lot of the time, these things, I just need to be kind of reminded real quick. So realizing, like when you think about it, like, okay, I do have opportunity to start business, right? So whatever age you are, this should work for you. If not, then keep watching, I guess. So let's get to this. And yes, service-based. So with the amount of time, right, we're gonna shoot for, let's say you need I'll say 60 hours, right? 60 hours just from work, depends if you take OT or not. And if you took extra OT, if you do an hourly, great, extra money coming back. You do pay more tax, that's part of life. And of course, help you out whatever bills you have to actually pay. If you salary-wise, I'm sorry for you, but still, that's part of the game. So yeah, so 60 hours a day. If you do a quick math, that means let's see, so 14, so that means you have 168 hours a week, right? So we have 168 hours minus 60, and then we have 108 hours. So during part of time, for average people, sleeping about 6-7 hours, funny numbers, but 6 hours actually, in my opinion, most of the time be more efficient wise. Totally people different. I'm not going to go for medical stuff, okay? I'm not professional at that. I'm just going for my personal experience, because study shows that 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, one sleep cycle. So 6 hours perfect. Anything a little bit more, not perfect 1.5, you kind of missed up your sleep. But yeah, if you sleep 7 hours, good for you. So what is the time, right? So 7 days a week. So that means you take off 42 hours, right? And they still have left with, let's see, 66 hours, right? And then if you work, commute, whatever, you can take out hours, depends on your time. So you should have at least, in my opinion, right? Whatever stuff you have, I don't want to hear your excuse, just basic human needs. If you want to start a business, part of life, right? No opportunity is given. So you do have to make sacrifice your time. You should have at least freedom of 30 to 40 hours. Even worse, 25, right? 25 hours. Now, just this time is totally enough to start a business, by the way. Now, we got our time set up, right? We got our money set up. In terms of life, right? Yourself in the beginning of business, or anything in general, depends on the time, the brand you choose, business brand or personal brand. You can watch my previous video to learn about that, but you are the expense, okay? Not terrible way to hear about that, but the truth is the fact that with this time you have, right? And then to pay off the expense around your life to cost yourself for a living, you just gotta spend the time you have each week available to pay for that, right? And then the rest of the time just is gonna be ROI that you can utilize to make more money for yourself, right? Build a business. So the really truth is that if you're able to just really, after watching this video can be super short and simple, it's the fact that figure out these times, you can see how many times you already got, right? And from there, you might want to jump back to the channel again to look at, the previous video we might have about, different way to start a business, right? Different options. The thing is, no matter, I'm doing a little quick spoil, no matter you have a physical location business or a remote business, finding money was never the issue. It's really have yourself committed and knowing yourself that you have time to do that, right? Because there's a lot of time that people couldn't make it happen or complain, whatever. It's the fact that they keep putting off the most difficult things. And in the beginning, it is hard, right? But the thing is, by keep doing more and spending more time on it, just really digging into it, you're just realizing it gets easier because you keep doing it. It's not that difficult. Because in a simple way to think of this, the fact that I think about, when you first, let's say right now you're watching this video, you are a high-level management, people, director, whatever, at your current company. Think about if day one when you're coming in the business, or even if you're not working for a business for a while, for a little bit of time. When you come in day one, you don't know anything, right? You might have the background of, because you pay for the student loan, still in debt, we're not in debt, good for you. You have that paid off, and you have the experience coming in from the book experience, but not the physical action part of it. But that's what they have to train you, right? So, and it takes you time to get used to it, of the company system. Then you don't need a training person anymore, right? Don't need a tutorial anymore. You can just work on yourself. So same thing with business. You just got to figure out all the things you need for running business, and then take really time to really focus on it. It's actually not that hard. It's by doing more, you get used to it, and realizing, okay, building this is not difficult. You just got to keep doing the repetitive actions. The fact that is, to make the production to be good, not be trash, you just got to do more. But back to the rate is, everyone should have enough time to start business. So that's kind of be one of the part of the reason why this video is going to be a little separate than everything else. And then in a future video, we're going to go for a different angle, because in the early video, I believe we were talking about kind of like, if you start at a young age. So if you're someone young, good for you. If you still feel like you're young, absolutely. And you can still jump on that video to run that to see how it goes. Different options, right? As much I can list. And then, more question wise, you can check my channel more, or just Google more. And I think you'll make it work, because there is resources out there. So yeah, thank you for watching. Just remember that, look at selfie time, check this out, and then see how it goes. And quick short answer for you: what if you're doing psychic sales? For example, if you're doing delivery still for Amazon, for DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever, even better. Because if you nail the time, right? So if you're already good at in that game field of psychic of delivery, knowing the time, what to snipe, how to get the best orders and get most tips out of it, whatever X, Y, and Z. Trust me, I used to do that before, right? But what time is the most busy, most time less busy, because you always like hamster on the wheel, try to get everything hours. But now you got enough saved up, less expense for yourself to cost live. Maybe you should start use that a little bit on the time that's not busy, and then focus on building something from scratch, for something you like. So I know, of course, quick tip for you. For that reason, I won't recommend to get yourself a straight brick and mortars, because you do have to pay a lot, get yourself even more expensive pay, right? So remote is definitely the way to go. But again, it's a time game. Everything, you just got to run it, figure out a way to acquire customer first, right? And of course, get the best feedback as possible to make your service better, so you can continue to grow. And the word of mouth is key. So that's how you get a lot of organic without paying much heavy on marketing. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.